May I request Mrs. Anjali Aggarwal to come on the dais and express in her own words. Mrs. Aggarwal, the founder principal of a renowned public school, has 30 years of experience as an educator. Her association with Ratna Sagar goes back to that many years. Ladies and gentlemen, she is also representing 25,000 schools where Ratna Sagar books are being used.
Mrs. Kusum Jain, Mr. Sugat Jain, friends, and all the staff members of Ratna Sagar. As a principal of a school, I would like to talk mainly about Ratna Sagar, because that is the way I have got to know Dr. Dharmesh Jain. Of course, on this solemn occasion, I would like to extend my condolences to the family and, of course, to the extended family of the organization which he has created. Unfortunately, I have to confess that I was not a very close friend to Dr. Dharmesh Jain. I met him a few times, 4 or 5 times at the most, but whenever I met him, I was struck by his simplicity and the fact that he was a soft-spoken, thorough gentleman. This was the impression I always got whenever I met him. But allow me to talk about Ratna Sagar, which is his creation. And about that I can talk a lot. As mentioned, I've been a principal for more than 30 years, and ever since the founder principal of the school, among the first books which were prescribed in our school were the Ratna Sagar books. And Ratna Sagar was not just a publisher, according to me, because you see, they did so much more. Amongst the things which we thoroughly enjoyed and learnt so much my teachers benefited so much from all the workshops and seminars and the programs which were presented by Ratna Sagar. The opportunity to interact with authors and poets like Ruskin Bond, and also Tom Alter, when we presented theatrical presentations. But much more than that was the quality of the books which used to come to my table. I can never forget the little notebooks. Each of these notebooks every year would come on a different theme. It was always a pleasure, and will you believe it, I've kept each and every copy. I always used to beg for more. And Miss Athiya would very graciously give me as many copies as I required, because I would love to present them to my own teachers. This was what Ratna Sagar was all about. And yes, Dr. Dharmesh Jain would always send me a book or two whenever, because he realized that I was one of those people who really loved reading. I would always get a beautiful book or two every time anyone from Ratna Sagar visited my school. I used to look forward to those visits. I would not like to take too much of your time, but I would just like to end with a few lines. That's such a great personality, and I've just been listening to what everyone has said. I would like to pay my tribute and maybe just end with a few lines from Longfellow. Lives of great men all remind us we can make our lives sublime, and departing, leave behind us footprints on the sands of time. I think Dr. Dharmesh Jain has definitely left his footprints on the sands of time and in the lives of everyone whom he has interacted with. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Aggarwal.